Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Paul Ricard here in the south of France for IRL Round 9 of the Formula 2 season. The first race in real-world F1 was held in 1971, which saw Jackie Stewart winning the inaugural race in his Tyrrell 003. And, well, France is the most popular tourist destination in the world, with just over 89 million visitors annually, although might not be those high numbers in 2020 considering the global situation. And while the French coastline adds up to 3,427 kilometres, which equates from the distance from Paris to Petra. And we are going to be going racing here shortly. And let's have a look at the track. So 15 corners, 6 to the left, 9 to the right. We've got a mixture of corners. You want low speed, high speed, medium? We've got them all. 2 DRS zones to assist with overtaking. And joining me this evening is my co-commentator and good friend. You all know him by now. It's Fozzy. How are you, Fozzy?
I'm very good, thanks, Cameron. Yes, hello, really well. Have we settled down from the last race yet? If you joined us last round in Britain, you would have witnessed some top driving by all the drivers on the grid in another wet, weather-filled race around the home of Formula 1. But it's not over yet. There's still a third of the season to go and all is to play for in the driver's standing, as we've said. So whatever you do, don't miss these next 4 races. Tonight, though, it's France, the Paul Ricard circuit to be precise. A track with plenty of straights where EOS management will be crucial and tyre wear will as always play a role in the deciding outcome over the next 27 laps of the track. Safety cars are not as common here as other tracks, although we were surprised last week in Silverstone with not a single VSC or full SC, which goes to show anything can happen during the course of a strategy and battlefield race. Tonight's outcome? Well, it's anyone's game tonight if I say so myself, Cameron.
Yes, anyone's game at all, and that was assisted, to say the least, by the 2 AlphaTauri drivers, one of them leading the championship, not being available last round back in Britain in a slippery Silverstone, to say the least. So it's very tight. It is, if we just show you the standings on screen, hang on, let me get that. We got Adam ahead by 7 points. Behind it, following him is Dancer, who had his first race words are difficult. First race win of the season back in Silverstone. An absolute masterclass from the Mercedes driver. And as the drivers do take to the track, Fozzy, we've known qualifying to set you up for the race. How important is it here, though?
It's very important. Overtaking this track, it's 50-50. There's a lot of straights and lots of VRS and DRS to help you get past, but some of the corners can be quite tricky to get past people with. Now, I'm just looking at the timing tower. Everybody is out on softs, apart from the Mercedes of Danza and Dejan Lazic, who's out in the Ferrari. So, yeah, most people going for the softs, but a couple of people going for mediums. So, obviously, a bit of strategy at play here. But yeah, everyone's just taking it easy on these first out laps, getting the tyres up to temperature before we start seeing the flying laps and getting some times on the board. So we've done it over the past few rounds. Cameron, I'm going to throw to you. Who have you got your eye on this evening based on what we've seen over the past few rounds?
Well, we know the AlphaTauri driver is quick and is adamant on wrapping this championship up. Adam is my guy if I had to place money. It's a good job I don't place money, knowing my predictions lately. But also, was it Jos Heinze? Oh, we've got a lot of faith in him after last week's escapades. I'm sure that yellow flag there was just people backing up to allow other drivers some chance to get their lap time in. Avoid the dirty air, which is ever so tragic around Formula 1 at times. But yeah, as you said, most drivers out on softs, a couple of mediums, trying possibly that alternate strategy. Dejan Lazic there in the Ferrari. Still in the pits. Now, whether they will actually stick to those mediums, we'll have to find out. The predicted strategy is a soft to hard here, as we ride on board with Sly Tycoon, as he's just going to come on to his first flying lap. Let's ride on board with him, indeed, in the McLaren, the Prix. So coming into turn 1, it's a funky little chicane. You've got to be careful not to cut too far either end, or else you find yourselves in the steward's room. As you can see, Sly Tycoon just making the most out of those track limits. And the run down into, once again, another chicane through turn 3 and 4. The left-hander, you get that hooked up nicely, and you're on for a good lap. The exit out of this corner is crucial, because this is straight onto the straight, indeed. The Mistral straight, I believe. You've got to watch Sly Tycoon there. 6th gear, 7th gear, really maxing out the rev limiter. DRS on, that's the flappy wing on the back. Pizza Parker setting a 129.2 already. We head down to, this is where you could see overtakes with the DRS assistance in the inside here. Tycoon just hooking up nicely. Got to be careful once again. These cars are slippery when you put the power on. And we head up to a brilliant corner. This is a lovely section. These two right-handers, you can experience up to 5G here, so driver favourite through turn 10 and into turn 11. All on the brakes here. You want to coast in, really. You don't want to brake too hard, otherwise you find yourself understeering off. Hook it up. Make sure you don't overdo the tyres. Running into the next left-hander, going slightly wide on the entry through turn 12. Slight kink here through turn 13. Going up to the final couple of corners. Yeah, there's the pit entry. Got to be careful you don't find yourself in there unexpectedly. Around turn 15. This is the crucial exit. DRS on. And we head up to the line, which I think is going to slightly move forward in this year's game. And that Pit Slide Tycoon is 7th with a 1:31.7. Fozzy.
Yeah, not bad lap from Slide Tycoon. Still 2 seconds behind the dominant Adam, as we've seen in previous races. He currently tops the timing grid at the moment with a 1:28 dead. So very good lap from him. 4 tenths behind him is Josh Heinze. So a bit of a gap there. Obviously, this is early days in qualifying. Oh, we have a Haas round as I ride on board with a Slide Tycoon there. Don't believe that Haas was on a flying lap. It might have been MJ Coupe. Or it could have been Josh Heinze. They're only 2 Haas's, so it could have been any of them. But yeah, as I was saying, early days in qualifying yet. Still over 12 minutes to go, over half the session. So we will be seeing these times change as we go forward.
Yes, and with over 12 minutes to go, let's take a look back down memory lane just over a week ago. And let's see all the antics that happened in Silverstone. Here are your highlights.
Mercedes on the front row, who would have thought? And we're away for 26 laps here in Silverstone.
Deploying what he can down towards Cops as Dejan Leslie and Typhoon go side by side through Cops. Red Bull of Brownie's round, and so is MJ Coupe.
Brownie's got a bit of wing damage. Oh, lock up on the brakes. He's lucky not to. Gaudio on Brownie there, just going through Luffield, I believe. That was a beautifully timed overtake there.
MJ Coupe down the inside of Cobbs. He's a whole car length in front now. The McLaren down in P13. MJ Coupe in 12th. It's not for points, but it is for track position.
Oh, but a contact almost sends Coupe around.
Yeah, it's given Brownie a really good opportunity here to get past Slide Tycoon as well. We're going to be going side by side into the Brooklands complex. Somebody has to jump out, and it was Brownie. Although he's not done yet, he's going to try and go round the outside. No, he's not. He's going to switch back and try and go inside of Luffield. Is he going to be able to make a move? I don't quite think so.
Dino and Keiran side by side heading in to turn 16. They made that somehow work around turn 15. Dino on Keiran. I don't know how they made room there. Oh, Dave, he spun. The Mercedes driver spun. I saw him going wide. We're now right on board with Slide Tycoon. You can just see how close that gap is. Jay Diesel with a 3-second time penalty. MJ Coupe through turn 1. Go to the left, cut to the right. There's a yellow flag. That's a Williams driver. Peter Parker's off in the gravel.
Here we go then, he's got the slipstream down towards Cops, so is he going to be able to make the move? They're going to go side by side through the Cops complex. No, they're not. Jay decides just to back out just a little bit more. Will he be able to make this one move? Is he going to be able to get a good drive out? He's got a fairly good drive out. Is he going to be able to get the slipstream? No, he doesn't look it. There it is, there's a slipstream. Left, right, which way is he going to go? Down the right-hand side. Is he going to make it down into the Stowe corner? No, he's going to have to fall back side by side. There you go.
Here comes a move. Is this going to be it? The Williams to the inside. Through Cops. Oh, there's contact. That is his race over and done with. Emir secures P8.
Danza comes around onto the Hamilton straight for the final time to win here in Silverstone. It's the Mercedes of Danza, P1.
And there we go. There were your highlights from Silverstone. What a mega race that was, Fozzy.
It was a very good race indeed. And what is looking like a very good lap is the Haas of MJ Coupe. He's a purple sector 1 and a purple sector 2. He's just going to be coming up to the line now. Let's see what his time is. He's currently P18 and he jumps up to P4, position he'll be very happy with. Will he be able to get onto the front row of the grid? Well, we'll have to find out and see over the course of the next session as he explores the track limits there after that lap. Now, the reason I wanted to point out MJ Coupe is because he already did a flying lap before the one he just did. He went out on the softs, but the lap got disqualified. So he ignored it, he went round, and he went straight onto another one. He didn't go back into the pits, so his tyres are a lap older than most other people's would have been. Not just now a lap older, a flying lap older. And yeah, he's managed to get that up to P4, so looking very promising for him indeed. His teammate Josh Heinze still remains in P2. He's currently on an outlap on the softs again, Josh Heinze, about to start a flyer. As around turns 1 and 2, we see some drivers starting to back themselves up as they give each other room. Very nice driving from everybody, all respectful. here in Invictus Racing League. Now, Adam is out on the mediums on an outlap at the moment, but is he going to be going to try and extend his advantage at the top on these mediums? We will soon find out. Also on the mediums, Jay, Nicolate, and Dejan Lezic as well, all on mediums at the moment, as Adam seems to be getting a bit of a toe on this outlap here from a Red Bull, who I believe is going to let him by, even though he's on an outlap. Very, very kind indeed. So yeah, everybody, apart from the Ferraris, has a time on the grid now. This will obviously be changing. It's an ever-evolving grid. So we'll have to see how things go over the next few laps. But yeah, looking comfortable for Adam. 4/10 at the moment, ahead of Jos Heinze.
Yes, and just riding on board with last week's race winner. And he set a purple Sector 1. He is on the soft tyres, but Danza 4 is on a flyer indeed. He heads into the chicane. He'll be giving a nice slipstream to his, I'm sure, his friendly competitor behind. But he looks like to be on one hell of a lap here. This could set some turbulence on the timing tower. And if you look at the winners last race, we had Danza, and then Jos Heinze finishing second with the fastest lap, so no stranger to having some pace on these circuits. And then Gaudio P5. And just whilst we're looking back at the highlights, TS Bunty did have a few game issues, but I believe he might be back in now as a race point goes wide. I think that's Farnham to get out of the way. Oh, suddenly the board's flying, but Dancer coming through Sector 3. He could be on for one here. We'll just ride on board to see if he's going to set this mega time or not, and see if he can answer Adam's question of, have you got the pace? Here we go then, around the final hairpin. The exit's crucial. DRS enabled, up the gears with the slipstream slightly, and is that going to be enough? It's not, but it is P4, and that isn't too bad. Although 7/10 off, Adam though, still with the pace, Fozzy.
Yeah, Adam definitely still with the pace. It'll be interesting to see what he does with these medium tyres. He is, where is he? He's going a little bit wide. This lap that he's on at the moment is going to be disqualified, as Sly Tycoon has been disqualified from the session for parking in a dangerous location. So that's one McLaren out of the session at the moment. Not going to be the best for him, as Adam decides to cut that chicane and get back to the pits as quick as he can. He's going to be annoyed. He's probably ruined their mediums. They might be good enough for another lap, but whether it's going to be enough to beat these softs, we don't particularly know. Cameron?
Yeah, so you're saying people out this session. We've had to say unfortunate goodbye to Amir, who has had to leave the league. We hope he is well and wish him the best for the future. And we've got some movement around. So we've got just Ramps in the other Renault. He'll be there filling in the role. And I believe that might be any more driver changes, Fozzy?
Yeah, we've got just Ramps making his appearance in the Renault and doing a very good job indeed. He's up in P8 at the moment, ahead of his teammate Bob, who's safe to say didn't have the best qualifying session last time around in Britain. Looking to make up for that though this time around in France. P12, he'll be happy with that. So it's looking comfortable in the midfield for the Renaults at the moment. Adam is going for that flying lap again. Actually, no, disregard me. He's not going for that flying lap because it's already been disqualified. I didn't quite catch whether that was on the previous lap, coming onto this lap, or whether it was an instant at turn 1 or 2. Other people going out for a lap, well, it's TS Bunty. He's, we know he's diving into the pits. I was about to say he's coming round to finish his first flying lap, but it looks like it's been disqualified, and he might be coming in for a new set of boots. He's the only person at the moment who hasn't got a time on the board. Top 5 at the moment: Adam, Jos Heinze, Dino, Danza, and MJQ. But both Hasses in the top 5, both Hasses on an outlap. Cameron?
Yes, and Adam, we know what happens when he gets clean air, and being front of the grid, that certainly helps. He's surely, at this point, he's got a real chance of just running away with it. The title fight won't necessarily be his tonight, but it is getting ever close to the end of the season, and we are definitely in the business end. There's a few yellow flags around. I believe that might be one of the Haas drivers. That might be MJQ, I believe. No, I do disregard me. That must be his teammate, Jos Heinze there, going slow down the Mistral straight. We've got a couple drivers in the pits. Now, Adam is on those medium tyres. I wonder if we'll see any more who've just been holding back a little bit of pace on the soft tyres, switch over to the mediums. Strategy we found from one of the practice sessions is to go soft to hard, so tyre wear could be a factor right at the end. We saw had a puncture last time out. I believe that was for Emil, I think, and that was dampness to his race, that's for sure. You know, you don't want, you can say it's deflated his ambitions there in the league. But Adam still in the pits, still on top of the tower. But Jos Heinze posing a threat just 4/10. Now he's on the outlap, so get those tyres in the right temperature. You can see he's running no ERS, just keeping it full in the tank. And O'Dave, P10, the Mercedes. Not bad for him. Just ramps. He is the newbie. Well, I say the newbie. He's the rookie for F2. It's his first stand-in, I believe. And he is now P9. So he's doing well for his first time out. Very good start, considering you've got a few other drivers who might be a bit more experienced in this current season who find themselves lower down on the timing tower. So Renault in their home Grand Prix. Often not a bad start, I'd say, Fozzy.
Yeah, looking very, very good for them indeed. Something else that's looking very, very good is the lap that Dino's currently on. I haven't caught the whole lap, but he's P3 at the moment, and he's on a flying lap to try and improve that. No, again, he's diving into the pits. Maybe I'll cut to somebody who doesn't dive into the pits at some point. Top 5 still remaining as it is, with 3 minutes left on the clock, so we might see time for some super flying laps from some people who have been hiding some pace. I say Adam is still in the pits on those mediums. Where's TS Bunty? Well, he's under the bottom of the timing grid. Is he still yet to get a time on the board? Is he going to be starting at the back along with the McLaren of Sly Tycoon? Well, who knows? Who's that coming out in the pits? It's the Mercedes, and I think it is the Mercedes of Danza. It could be no Dave because the camera's the exact same. But Danza currently P4, as you say, the winner of the last race over in Britain. A very well-controlled race, I must say, indeed. If he can start near the front again, if he can get pole position again, I reckon he'd be in for a great sort of winning this track. Winning here at this track, apologies, after that performance that we saw last time. But yeah, like I say, we've got some more cars coming out in the pits now. We've got Dejan Lezic coming out. He's going to be trying to just get a time on the board. He's not going to be too fussed on what it is. He just wants to not be starting in P17.
Yes, I was just having a few worries about Nico so far down the timing tower, but he's just set a purple sector 2. So I think he's about to prove me wrong. Once again, I have this ability to say something and immediately turn out to be false. He comes round into sector 3, around turn 12, 13. It's a lovely complex. I quite enjoy this track. It might not necessarily provide the best racing IRL, but I find it, IRL as in real life, that's going to get confusing. I find it provides pretty good challenge here as he comes onto the DRS straight, down the pit straight. It looks like it's been decent. That couple locked up of the brakes, goes from P15. Where's he going to be? P3, not bad. 128.470. Again, just 4/10 off his teammate Adam across the garage, and it is Nico's home Grand Prix, so he's hoping for to put up a challenge exactly as he should this week, as he found himself in P4 due to some poor performances and not starting last round, unfortunately. But yeah, Nico, that's gonna be a bit of a smile on the Frenchman's face.
Smile on the Frenchman's face, but when you come to comparing to your teammate, he's 4/10 behind, so that smile might turn into more of a neutral face, as he would have hoped to have maybe beat his teammate. I can't remember, did Adam set that lap on the mediums, or was it on the softs that he set it on? Can you remember, Cameron?
I'm sure it was on the lap. Yeah, I'm sure it was on the softs. If that's been on the mediums, yeah. That's pretty. That's
insane if it was on the mediums.
Yes, and those people who haven't left the pits will be finding themselves out of time because we are under the minute mark and we are certainly biting into the final stages of qualifying. Will Adam claim pole, or will someone else from around the grid sneak up and take that seat from Adam?
Yep, TS Bunty's on that outlap. He's got a little bit of a traffic just to weave his way through, but yeah, everybody congregating in Sector 3 now to try and get these final laps on the board. Brownie looks to be out of session, so he's obviously happy with his P12. But yeah, TS Bunty, we know he's got some pace in him. We've seen it throughout previous rounds, so hopefully he's about to start on the mediums now to get another flying lap. Well, just not necessarily another flying lap, a single flying lap under his belt. If he disqualifies this, it's really going to hamper his race because he will be starting near enough at the back row of the grid. So he's going to want to be extra cautious, but he's also going to want to push these tyres as much as he can. Let's ride on board with TS Bunty then and see how he does on this lap. He has got his teammate in front of him of Dejan Lezic, who is also on a flying lap on fresh softs. So he's going to have the pace. He's going to get a toe off his teammate as we go around turn 7 here. He's going to get the DRS. Is he going to get the toe? Well, he's gaining and gaining and gaining. It's a fairly long straight, but it's not the longest one on the calendar. Is he going to be able to make a move? Is he going to be tight? We're not racing yet. We're only qualifying, but he does get past his teammate. His teammate obviously wants to help his teammate get back up the timing tower and get a lap. This lap is still looking good for TS Bunty. Like I say, on the medium, so he might not be in the top, fighting for the top positions. But he's looking good at the moment. He's looking legal as well. He hasn't disqualified. Don't ruin it in Sector 3, Bunty. Let's see what he can do. It's looking like a good lap so far. He hasn't got much traffic ahead of him. There's just 2 Hasses, but they're a couple of seconds back. teammate, don't forget, Jason Legend is behind him, trying to improve on his P14 as well. The Hasses are currently in a good position. P2 for Josh Heinze and P7 for MJ Coop, both on the flyers. Let's see how TS Bunty does. He locks up into the final corner, around that little hairpin he goes. Quick on the DRS, let's see where this is going to put him. He's hoping for something that's not near the bottom. Where does he get? Well, he gets one place further. He gets up to P16.
Yeah,
he tried, though. It was on the mediums.
No one's had an answer for Adam here. I was just watching. The Williams and J Diesel got caught out by the timings by 1 second. The second further he would have got his last lap in. Just missed that, Fozzy.
Yep, Dan's just made it up to P2 on the soft, so I said if he could start on the front row, he might have a good controlling race. Let's see how that does. He's a 10th behind Adam. Dan's got a 128.1 and Adam a 128.0.
Yeah, but that looks like the end of qualifying, though. Josh Heinze looked like he might have had a response. Pitted at the last moment, so not a good lap for him. Wants to save his tyres for the race. But it's Adam on pole once again. He's back in fighting form, chaps. And don't be surprised if he tries to run away with this race for 27 laps around France. Danza, though, last week's race winner, still showing that he is committed to fighting this one out. P2 on the timing tower and P2 in the championship, just 7 points behind, so it's still all on here. But Adam, I think, is starting on the mediums, if that is correct, although I'm surprised if it is. I'm sure it might be the softs, but if that is starting on mediums, then he is off to one hell of a Grand Prix start. But yes, we're looking at the bottom now. Peter Parker, P6, but TS Bunty, we're just covering it earlier, P16, and he normally finishes the races in the points every round. He's the only driver to do so this season. So, not a great start for the Brit here in France, and let's hope it gets better for him. But there is your classification for qualifying. Adam, the AlphaTauri on pole, but Dancer just behind by 600. So you see Adam there setting on the soft tyre, so no need to worry about some alien pace just yet. Josh Heinze, 10th behind. Nico, his teammates, and dropped down to 4th. In the championships, also finds herself 4th on the timing tower, just under 4 tenths away. A lot of falls in that one. Dino, pretty good pace from the McLaren driver, just under 5 tenths behind. Peter Parker, who parked in the pits last time, or the previous time out, is just 5 tenths away. And yes, we're looking for a good one. Red Bull finds herself all over the place. P13 for Brownie, and that's going to be a difficult race. And Dejan Lazic at P14. So, interesting one. Just Ramso, P11 on his first time out, so really good job from him, and whether he'll be able to make any positions up, we'll hold on to that. We'll have to find out over these next 27 laps, Fozzy.
Yeah, let's see if we get a dry race for once. It looks like we are, so hallelujah. We're not going to be too much sliding around. We've had a bit of wet weather over the past few races, but we're all looking dry in Paul Ricard this evening. So it's going to be a tight race between all the drivers. It's going to be a split race for the McLaren drivers, one starting near the front and one starting near enough, well, I believe at the back. So it's a split race for them. How it's going to affect the championship? Well, kind of hard to say right now, because over the next 27 laps, anything can change, as we've seen. There could be drivers DNFing. There could be some drivers having the drive of their life going from the back of the grid to the start. My money, though, well, I'm going to say it's going to be looking pretty good for Adam. Well, any of the AlphaTauris, really. Haas have been impressing me over the past few rounds as well, so AlphaTauri or Haas are my favourites for the race. Cameron, what are you thinking?
I don't know. AlphaTauri are pretty good. I'd like to see, possibly, don't tell Adam this, but I'd like to see him properly have to fight for it, you know, really get wheel to wheel. And we'll just have to wait and see, really. I was just talking about the constructor standings. Mercedes finds themselves in P3 now after O'Dave and Danzer's mega drive last time out. So I think they gained 2 positions in one race, so that's not bad. Not bad going at all. McLaren, as you mentioned earlier, they are currently P7, a little while away from the rest of the grid. And so it's still all to play for, though. Renault, this is their home Grand Prix. Hasn't been a great season. Find themselves down in 10th. They've got a new driver. Might be time to see them a bit more revitalised and ready to fight for their championship standings, Fozzy.
Yes, indeed. So it won't be long until we get underway with the formation lap. Formation lap, obviously it's time to build up your tyre temperatures, build up your brake temperatures, make sure that you're happy with the car. Not that you can change all too much once you're going around on your formation lap. But yeah, drivers are going to want to be taking it easy. I was watching one of the earlier races from other leagues in Invictus Racing, and they had a wet race here, and drivers were spinning on the formation lap, causing damage. We shouldn't be having that trouble today, as it is a nice sunny day in France. It's always nice to have the sun out in France. But yeah, it's going to be a very important formation lap, as are all formation laps. Getting these tyre temperatures in the correct operating window. and it's not a very long run down to turn 1. So it's going to be the getaway that decides it all, and the getaway's decided by your outlap. So
yes,
we're
it
just going to
is.
be waiting for the drivers. Sorry, Cameron.
That's all right. The getaway. I forgot to wave to you. I'll wave to you next time, Fozzy. The getaway is ever so important. It's a 50% race, but they don't have flybys we found in the past. Yeah, it's nice not to have a bit of rain. As much as we like to mix things up a bit, we're getting a little bit under the weather, I guess you could say, with the wet races over the wet sessions lately. So yeah, we're just watching or waiting for the drivers just to finalise their bits and bobs before they head out onto the formation lap. It's going to be an interesting one. I think we will see a lot of moves here, especially into turn 8 and 9 after the Mistral Straight. The DRS zone surely is going to help there. And then around the... Oh, I'd love to see a move. We saw it last time in Co-ops, they were trying. So they're no stranger to trying these moves around places where you wouldn't want to in real life. Let's put it that way. So Sins and Basset. Nor my butchered punctuation? Pronunciation. There we go. But 25 seconds till we get underway in the formation lap. Fozzy, I want you to choose the top 3 and the bottom 3. So go for it.
Top 3 and bottom 3. Well, I think the AlphaTauris and the Hasses are both in a very good position, like I've said. So I'd imagine 3 out of M4 drivers to be in the top 3. But bottom 3, I don't know, Sly Tycoon was disqualified from qualifying, so he will be starting at the back. But I know he's got some pace, and I don't know. I think it would be mean to name who I think my bottom 3 would be. So we'll just let this one pan out as the drivers get underway on their formation lap. But yeah, top 3, I'm going to say, well, Adam, Jos Heinze, Nicolate, MJ Coupe. Some of them will be in the top 3.
No, interesting. So I thought you were maybe looking for... Oh, Drake's looking up there. Lovely. I was wondering if you were going to come out with a rags to riches sort of story, like O'Dave or something like that, climbing to the top of the tower. But no, I'm not very amused with that, Fozzy. But in the chat, let us know who you think your top 3 is going to be, and any shock or surprises as we watch the cars go around. Fozzy.
Okay then, Cameron, let's flip the question back on you, shall we? Your top 3. Who are you thinking?
Oh, top 3 out of... okay, alright. Pizza Parker. You better do well, because I'm very honest on you. I want you at least on the podium. I'm not going to actually worry about top 3. Adam definitely up there, and then Jos, I'm going to say Jos. And my bottom 3... I don't know, I was trying to back you into a corner, I'm not going to lie, but you swung that one around on me, so it's up to penalties and spinning, isn't it, really? I mean, that's the get-out clause here. So, I'd like Bunty to continue his point-scoring streak. We are big Bunty fans. Fozzy.
Yeah, you mentioned penalties. It's the kind of track where a lot of drivers and a lot of fans go, oh, there's so much runoff. Drivers can just go wide, they can cut corners, there's no danger. No, there's no physical danger, there's not much danger of spinning, but danger of penalties still remain. Track limits, don't forget, are on strict here, so going over the white line is going to be the danger zone. So, like you say, all to play for in this race when all penalties are applied. But the drivers are making their way now through Sector 3, through turns 12 and 13, as they make their way up to the grid. This is going to be a very exciting race. I believe we're looking dry throughout, so hopefully no wet weather tyres making an appearance this week. Maybe next week. It was definitely last week, but hopefully not this week. Just a reminder, your top 5 as we start. It's Adam, Danza, Jos Heinze, Nicolate and Dino. Both AlphaTauris in the top 5. This is going to be a tight race. You looking forward to it?
Oh, aren't we? Oh, I mean, we've all got to be... I've got that stomach feeling. No, I'm not hungry, but I'm quite nervous, actually. I don't know what's going to happen here. But we're sure going to find out sooner or later, and hopefully sooner, as we see the cars line up. McLaren a little bit far off there at the back, of the formation lap. And, yeah, here we go then. We'll just leave you with the pre-start sounds. The crowd cheering. Oh, I think you'd love to hear in 2021. I can't wait to see fans back at the arena. Arena? Sure, we'll go with it. Here we go then. The cars are ready. The lights begin to illuminate. And it's 5 lights. And lights out. And the action begins in France. 27 laps. Nicolate's good start. Adam, good start. Look, Adam, Dan's getting a great start. The person who's P2 is now P1. Adam on the inside. There's chaos at the back. I don't know what's happening. Dino looks to respond there. Nicolate's P4. Someone's gone around again. There's an AlphaTauri off. That looks like that might be one of the others. Fozzy.
Yeah, Dino, he's lost an end plate. He span around. You mentioned you saw him spin. He did spin. He had a bit of a moment coming through turn 1. He sort of lost it a little bit through turn 2, and then he span all the way around. So not the best start for Dino. It looks like he has lost an end plate. Or has had some damage. It might not actually go on the exterior camera. It doesn't look like it was Dino, but it was definitely an end plate from one of those drivers in the midfield who had a bit of an issue, Cameron.
Yeah, Jos Heinze now coming in after the chicane. Is he going to get the job done? I think he's already there before the chicane. Jos Heinze to P2. Adam trying to respond. The person who's on pole is out down in P3. Danza, though, the last week's race winner, leading the way. And lap 1 through here, down the Mistral Straight, around this 5G corner. You want to get, you just want to hold on perfectly. Track limits are important here. We see the cars going around. They're all through and through. AlphaTauri's P3 and P4. Gaudio down in P5. He's chasing on to Nico. We see the cars going around. It looks to be clean throughout, but that spin is going to cost those guys early on in the race. So Williams, is that Haas locking up the Williams, trying to go down the inside. Jay Diesel got caught out by qualifying. Almost gets caught out by the Haas driver there, Fozzy.
Yeah, fantastic start for the Ferraris. Dejan Leggett up 5 positions. TS Bunty up 6, so fantastic for them. Both up in the points after both starting out with the points. Yeah, it's looking tight so far. Not the best to start for Adam. That's not what he would have wanted. His down to set the fastest lap. We'll see that come tumbling down throughout the next 27 laps. But yeah, Adam down 2 positions to P3. He'll be happy with a podium, but he would have been much happier if he remained up there, higher up on the podium. Anyway, yeah, Jos Heinze, fantastic to get past Adam up into P2. Who else has made good moves? Well, JCol just made a fantastic move on Coupe as they battle their way around turns 4. We have a yellow flag. It looks like a McLaren. Is that Dino again? Let's see who that was. I think it was Dino. Looked like he span once more. Not the best of starts for him. Down 13 positions from when he started down there in P18, Cameron.
Yes, but Danza is not safe, everybody. Jos Heinze trying a move, looking up the inside. The 90 car, is he going to go for it? No, he isn't. He backs out. Danza, though, still leading. There's been a yellow flag, Fozzy.
Yeah, it was Akiro. Akiro span on the entrance to the Mistral State at turn 7, so he gets passed by Dino. Akiro now back down in P18. It's O'Dave who gets the first penalty of the session. 3-second time penalty already. I said penalties are going to be important here. They will be. We'll see them stacking up as we go through these next few laps. But yeah, Dino and Akiro both having spins in the opening laps here at Paul Ricard, but it is still Danza up in front. 4 attempts, nearly 5 attempts on Jos Heinze. So Danza, we saw him do it last time. He's pulling a fantastic lead ahead of P2. Cameron.
Yeah, this is phenomenal what we're seeing here. Adam, the person on pole, down in P3, is still a podium, but surely it's not what he wanted. He's got the slipstream to assist, though, as he go on to lap 3. DRS will be enabled on this lap, which gives you that extra boost down the straights. Adam, 3 attempts. What's going on further back in the pack? We've got Brownie on the Ferrari driver of TS Bunty, who's had a mega start. He's found himself in P10. How has he done that? Marvellous work from the Brits here in France. Adam, P3. We've got his teammate, P4. Nicolate's having a pretty decent start, not gaining or losing any positions, but it's somewhere to work from here around Paul Ricard. Dejan Lazic, TS Bunty in the Ferraris, followed by the Red Bull of Brownie and Pizza Parker fighting it for the minor points. And this might be a move here from Adam on Jos Heinze. He's catching him. He's catching. He's still trying to go for it. He's a little bit too far back. I think we're already seeing a DRS trade here, but Jos Heinze holds P2 and crucially Danza holds P1. Fozzy.
Yeah, really thought Adam was about to go to the back of Jos Heinze there. He wasn't deploying the NG. He is now. This could be the move as we go down towards turn 10. He goes on the inside of Jos Heinze. It's Adam back up to P2. He wants to get that position that he started in. P1, it's Dandra ahead of him now. 4.5 attempts. Will he make the move shortly? Well, based on his pace, yes, it's entirely possible. But Jos Heinze's not done yet. Oh, he gets a little bit twitchy coming out of turn 11 there. He's trying to take that position back from Adam. It's tight. You can't separate these top 3. Nicolate's though, the other AlphaTauri, he's honing in on his teammate who is in P2. He's got Jos Heinze in a bit of an AlphaTauri sandwich here though. Who's going to be making the next move? Well, it looks like Jos Heinze's hungry for more. He wants to try and get back ahead of Adam. Let's go a little bit further down the field. What other moves are we seeing being made? Well, Dejan Lezic trying to fight with the other Haas as they come around to finish lap 3. Well, it's looking tight so far. We're not seeing any massive gaps forming yet, as MJ Coupe and Dejan Lezic does get past MJ Coupe with the help of a bit of DRS down that pitch straight there. It is the Ferrari up into P8. He's done fantastic. Both Ferraris making up 6 positions in these opening few laps. Wow, this is pretty good. And Danza, well, 7 attempts ahead of P2.
Yeah, he's on the charge. He might not be a Red Bull, but he's on the charge nevertheless. Stanza, we've seen it last time out. He knows how to win races, and he's only held one this season, but he's proving that he's ready to win more there. As we see Jos Heinze battling out JCol and Gaudio battling it through. There's been a yellow flag. Someone's got a bit of rivalry. It was one of the McLaren drivers. But here we go. This could be a battle here between Gaudio and JCol down the DRS straight. Sorry, not the DRS straight. Heading into the right-hander. Is he going to be cheeky and try and move? No, he isn't. He's going to play it sensible. Early days yet. Early days indeed. But Jos Heinze is trying to make a move. We see he's later on the brakes, able to gain that time. Jos Heinze almost in the back of Adam. Again and again and again. He keeps trying, charging. That Haas driver wants this win. And he's trying in lap 4, Fozzy.
Yeah, MJ Cooper and Peter Parker going side by side through turn 10 then. That was close. I had my arms in the air. Thought somebody was going to be coming off the track, but no, both make it through in one piece, and Peter Parker falls 8/10 ahead of MJ Cooper. Now that McLaren that we saw spinning was Sly Tycoon, replicating to the corner the exact same move that his teammate Dino did not just a few laps ago. So yeah, I think he's all okay. Doesn't look like he had any damage as TS Bunty gets past MJ Coop. That was a move I didn't see coming. The DRS obviously working very well down that pit straight there. His moves happening all over the place. But yeah, MJ Coop does seem to be going slow. I don't believe he's got any damage. He's about to get passed by Brownie down in towards turn 3 as well. Are they going to be going side by side? Not quite just yet, but I think Brownie's going to be making a move. Brownie on the mediums, Cameron.
Yeah, Adam trying some drastic measures there to try and stop the slipstream from helping Jos Heinze, towing him along. He moves straight to the left-hand side. I thought he was going to lose it there on a straight. I was thinking, what are you doing, Adam? You're trying way too hard here. But Jos Heinze hasn't given up yet. P3 is still up for grabs. Right, Adam needs to defend P2. Jos Heinze on the charge. Just look at the tyres. A lot of the lower half of the grid on the mediums or hards, a couple on the softs. That's going to be useful when tyre strategy comes into play.
Yeah, I was mentioning just before you started speaking, MJ Coop going down and down. He's lost 5 positions since the start of the race. I can probably tell you why. Remember I said an end plate was missing at lap 1? Yes, I reckon that's the house of MJ Coop. He's missing a front left end plate, which is definitely going to be hampering his race. We've seen him already losing positions around some of the tight, twisty corners of 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6 through sector 1. Cameron?
Yeah, Adam, the race leader, pitting. We thought it might be a 1-stop here. I believe Adam's going to try into a 2-stop, maybe onto mediums. I think that was what the other situation was. I believe that's a McLaren. Is that Sly Tycoon out there at all? Or Dino? I just saw another one off. Oh, it's a Racing Point finding some issues there, Fozzy. And it's a VSC. VSC, yep. Everybody. Virtual safety car, Fozzy.
Yeah, virtual safety car. O'Dave and Akiro are both out of the race. Crucially, though, for Adam, he got a 5-second time penalty when he went into the pit lane. He was speeding in the pit lane, so he's going to need to work, pull that 5 seconds ahead. But yeah, VSC, I didn't quite catch the instant that caused that. We saw Akiro in the Racing Point, well, he DNF, and it looked like O'Dave went out as well. I don't quite know where he went out. It looked like he was along the pit straight, but we are green flag again as Sly Tycoon gets a drive-through penalty for a virtual safety car infringement there. That's not going to be helping him. He's down in P17 as it looks like this moves between Jay and Gaudio up in towards the chicane at the end of the Mistral straight. Jay gets a bit twitchy coming out of that corner, but he's got the energy. He's deploying it and he's out of energy. There we go. That's all of Jay's energy gone. Is he going to be able to make a move into turn 10? It doesn't look it yet. Gaudio, how's he looking for energy? Well, they're both pretty much empty. It's hard to gain energy on here. I said at the start of the broadcast that ERS management was going to be crucial, and it most certainly is. But Jay will be happy with where he is. P5 up 5 positions since the start of the race as they go around turn 12 now. Gaudio pulling a bit of a gap though. Cameron?
Yeah, Gaudio, he's got a couple podiums. He's had a couple good races actually this season. But Nico, JCol all funneling in to the pit lane for a tyre change. Suspect onto mediums. That drive-through penalty is going to cost him, isn't it? And Adam with the 5 seconds, he likes making his life difficult at this stage of the race. It's easy to do though. You miss your braking point by a metre. And wow, you're in the steward's room once again. Fozzy.
Yeah, Nicolate's going on to another set of softs, so he's committing to a 2-stop. Did you manage to catch the predicted pit strategy at the stop of this as the pit window opens now for the medium, for those on the mediums? Yeah, Nicolate's then, like I say, he's on the softs, Cameron.
Yeah, the predicted pit stop strategy at the start, we've seen from practice people will do a softer hards, and then we've also, around about lap 8, but also the one the game recommended was around lap 5 to lap 7, boxing onto the mediums or another softs, and then changing later on in the race, I believe around lap 18 maybe, onto the alternate set of tyres. So as the pit phase comes through, it will be trying undercuts, overcuts, all the things out of the race strategy book that you'll find on the pit wall at any Formula 1 team these days. But TSR Farnham gaining on Gaudio, not able to make the move. We see drivers not risking it too much at these early stages, although we thought that at Silverstone. Then look at the mental race we had there. But Danza starting to eke out a little bit of pace, just hovering around that second mark, which crucially means Jos Heinz is out of that DRS range as Danza goes into the pits. And so Jos Heinz.
Gaudio doesn't seem to be able to catch a break. He's always got somebody on his tail as him and Farnham go round to start the next lap, lap 8. So, yeah, this will be interesting. Who's going to be making that move? Is Gaudio going to be making moves to defend? Or is Farnham going to be making aggressive moves to attack? Well, he's saving a bit of energy, is Farnham. And he's going to be coming around turn 1 now. Oh, locking up that front left row. That's going to be injuring him. It looked like Gaudio got a little bit ski whiff through turn 2, catching a bit too much of the curbs. Not exactly what he would have wanted. Adam coming in with a fastest lap there, trying to really push that car and build on that 5-second penalty he got.
Yeah, just ramps on Adam heading into the early stages. They were side by side there, running each other off the track. Adam already down out of his confidence zone with that penalty. Almost found himself at the clutches of Just Ramps, who this is one of his only races, first races in season 12 at Formula 2. So Just Ramps putting up a fight already for his team's home Grand Prix, and I think he's going to try a move here, possibly on Adam again. We do find you need to have that extra bit of pace down the DRS zone. It's not a be-all and end-all, and if you can just etch out that pace, then you will all be safe. But Nico to P8, Adam to P6. Farnham, though, hasn't pitted. 7-lap-old softs. He is on his race lead at the moment. Gaudio, though, surely wanted to chase that down, and we should see them pitting soon enough. So we'll see what strategies are going on. They're all coming out, though, guys. We've got the hard tyres, we've got the mediums, the softs, and hopefully we won't need the wets, though. But if we need the wet, something has gone wrong. Fozzy.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're seeing the mix of strategies come into play now. We're seeing people committing to a 2-stop. We're seeing people on the hards wanting to commit to the 1-stop. So we're always going to play out over the next 20 or so laps. As Gaudio gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Gaudio with a puncture. I don't know where you're seeing this, but on the front left tyre, he's got a puncture, so he must have had that on around that lap. No wonder he's got a 5-second penalty there. I don't know how he managed to get that car stopped in a straight line. But those tyres are certainly second hand, third hand. You won't want to be selling those on. Onto the mediums he goes, but a puncture is going to prove pivotal here, Fozzy.
Yeah, Adam and TS Bunty nearly going into each other as we go around through Sector 1. That was close. Fighting spirit from both the drivers. TS Bunty, I don't believe, has boxed yet. He's up 12 positions, though. That'll probably change after the box. On the mediums and the softs of Adam, well, it's quite obvious which one's going to come out on top of those two compounds, as Adam really tries to gain now on Brownie in front of him. Brownie yet to appear, as is Dayton Lezic, so it's Adam, I think, in the net lead of the race at the moment. Softs versus medium, again, another fairly easy battle for Adam to take there. Don't forget that he has got that 5-second penalty. He's really driving this car to try and drive out that gap. What other battles have we got going on? Let's have a little look around. Well, hopefully no more punches. I believe it is only Danza. Okay, no, I was going to say it's only Danza on the hards, but I've just scrolled down. There's quite a few more people going on hards as well. So we've got a plethora of different Akai compounds out on the track at the moment, as It's Fozzy gets saliva all over his monitor by saying that word.
Oh dear, oh come on. We don't need that on the broadcast.
We might be needing the wet compounds here now.
Yeah,
God, I can't see what I'm doing, Cameron.
I do apologise. Oh dear. I hope we get that cleaned up shortly. Wow, he's going to be out of action for a little while. TS Bunty bowing out. He got a penalty for his efforts. Not particularly what the Briton in the Ferrari wanted. Danza, though, was racing at one point, found himself down 7th, caught into a little bit of traffic, and Nico is ahead of him on 2-lap-old softs, and there might be a move possibly coming on here between Jos Heinz and Danza into turn 1. It's a difficult place to overtake and make it stick. Is he going to try? The DRS gets him etching closer and closer into the gearbox, but unfortunately it is to no avail, as Jos Heinz is still in 8th. and Danza still in P7. Just Ramps doing a marvellous job here. P5 in the Renault with old mediums, although the mediums seem to last a little bit longer than the softs as they are a bit puncture prone. Peter Parker with a 3-second time penalty. Jos Heinze on Danza out of turn 6, I believe. There might be a move on here if he can get the exit. He's surely going to get DRS as we come down the Mistral straight. DRS is on. Overtake enabled, I'd imagine. Yes, here it is. He goes to the inside. I believe that's going to be signed, sealed and delivered there for Jos Heinze into the chicane. Job done. Goodbye. No need to see you in my rear mirror anymore. Or is that going to be true as Danza gets a slightly better exit, but the hard tyres proving not to be great for overtaking, Fozzy?
Yeah, Peter Parker and Farnham going very close. Farnham has to slam on the brakes and lock up. They're both on the hard tyres, fighting down towards turn 8 and 9. That was close. There was nearly another end plate missing off the racing point there, but it looks like Peter Parker gets a slightly better drive out of that complex as they fire their ways around turn 10. And Peter Parker pulls a bit of a gap ahead now. But it's not over yet for Farnham. He wants more. He follows the racing line. He's trying to get the slipstream on the Williams, who gets a little bit ski whiff again coming out of that corner. Who's going to be the one in the lead as we get round the final exit, as we get around sector 3 and make our way onto the final straight? Well, it looks fairly comfortable for Peter Parker at the moment. Oh, as Farnham locks up once more. He's on hard tyres. He doesn't want to be ruining him this early into the race. Oh, he's really not having much luck with those hard tyres in the slightest, Cameron.
TS Bunty here looks like he's up for a game of let's see who's going to overtake and get in front of each other, which is generally what F1 is. TS Bunty trying to make a move on Brownie. He's just waiting for the DRS. It's proved ever so crucial in modern Formula 1, and I think we're going to find out why. Brownie on the same tyres, the same laps used as well. Here comes DRS, the Ferrari. This might be the quickest we've seen a Ferrari for a little while. Oh, Brownie goes for the defence to the inside, holds the car to the outside, and no room for Bunty there at all to go into turn 8, although Bunty isn't settled yet. He tries around the outside, not happening. Just Ramps down to P6 from P5. Looks like there's been a move by Nico there, who's crucially needing these points for the championship. TS Bunty still trying to get on Brownie. Oh, I got a second. TS Bunty go for a move around the inside. Oh, Brownie does not pay off, but keeps the car on the track. How he did that, I don't know. They're learning from Cops and Silverstone, and they're trying their hand at it in France. Fozzy.
Yeah, right on board with Danza. There's just so many fights going on. Danza had a fantastic view of Just Ramps and Jos Heinze fighting their way through sectors 2 and 3, but it's not over yet. No, Just Ramps, the rookie, trying to really get his way up into the points, Cameron.
Yeah, sorry, I was an explanation there. I was so animated there. I just saw the Mercedes and Just Ramps in contact. I don't know how Just Ramps kept that going. Look at that. There was a marvellous amount of overtakes there. Brownie into the pits, dipping out of that fight with TS Bunty. He's like, you know, you have that one for now. I'll be back later. Don't worry. I'll be knocking on the door. Not a cold caller. Down to, though, 6 tenths, 7 tenths, and Jos Heinze 3 tenths from Nico Lates. Nico, the Frenchman, home Grand Prix with the AlphaTauri outfit. They're wanting points. They're wanting big points, and they're wanting to fight for this championship. Jos Heinze 4 tenths. We see them all gaggling up, getting closer together as they go onto sector 2. A lock up of the brakes of the AlphaTauri driver there as we head round turn 7 onto the Mistral straight. Another DRS time. It's another time to go to the post office, send your overtake, get it first class delivered as Dejan Lezic drops down to P2. It must be a move by Adam there, the race lead. Oh yeah, look at that, going side by side, wheel to wheel, sidewall to sidewall, all the different things you could use to describe that. Adam and Dejan Lezic, it isn't done yet. Dejan Lezic in the Ferrari, 11 lap old mediums, trying his hand at trying to get P1. Adam holds P1 though, back in the race lead. However, he has a penalty and he needs to make that gap, Fozzy.
Jos Heinze is on the gearbox of Nicolate as they make their way around. This could be tight. He's on the mediums. No, he has to back out a little bit there. Don't want to be making too much of a move. You don't want to be losing another end plate as well, as his teammate did not too long ago. He's hungry for more points though. He's P5 at the moment, down 2 from where he started. Nicolates is there in P4. That's where he started in the race. So our net leaders, if we take into account Dejan Lezic and TS Bunty needing to box, are Adam, Nicolates, Jos Heinze. Net result, it's an AlphaTauri 1-2 as things stand, but we're not even halfway through the race yet, as Jos Heinze is going to be getting DRS here on Nicolates as we go down towards turn 1. He's going to be going to the right. Nicolates is going to be not fighting that one too much more. He's going to be pulling across to get the slip as Adam gets another 3-second time penalty. That's really not going to help him in the slightest whatsoever. Nicolates, though, Jos Heinze does manage to get by. Nicolates has dropped back a little bit. Jos Heinze 5 seconds ahead now. But don't worry, we've got another DRS straight coming up after turn 7, so all could be about to change once more. Cameron,
oh, there's a lock-up from TS Bunty there. The Ferrari driver just in front, edging in front. of the Haas driver, Jos Heinze, going to capitalise on this. He's going to get DRS. TS Bunty was wide through that chicane. He moves over to the left to defend Jos Heinze. Oh, thank you for opening up for me. I'll take the racing line. Thank you very much. DRS powers through, making use of that power from the DRS, and he gets the job done. Jos Heinze through to P3. TS Bunty still going on for a consistent point finish. He found himself in P4, but it isn't over yet. No, it isn't. Look what's going on behind in the mirrors. Nicolai's Danza. Are they going to go wheel to wheel? 100 meters around this corner. He's trying. Oh, look at. Oh, Nicolai's Alvatari going on the inside of TS Bunty. Does he get the job done? The 51 car. He looks like he's through. And I believe he is. Oh, no, he isn't. It's so close. This is gargantuan here. Nicolai's Danza. TS Bunty. They're fighting it out. They don't want to give up. No one wants to give up. They're trying to win this race. And this is certainly going to help TS Bunty. Just how did he manage to keep that position? We will never know. He is P4 and he goes into the pits, but that was some action there, but it's not over. Nothing's ever over until the checkered flag falls. We've got Nico Lates, and behind him the Mercedes of Danza. There is your provisional at the end of the race standings on the timing tower there. P1 Jos Heinze at the moment, Nico Lates P2, Danza P3, but let's not look at that. Let's see what's happening on track. Danza trying to catch on to the gearbox of Nico Lates, the AlphaTauri driver, his home Grand Prix. It's all the emotive passion you could want in a Formula 1 race as people go into the pits. There's been a yellow flag sector 3. That's a Renault off, Fozzy.
Yeah, it's Bob. On turn 12, he spun around. He's lost his front wing. Oh, I was hoping he wasn't going to spin. He had a few last time round, and unfortunately, it's happened again here in France. He's going to have to box now. On the hards as well, is if we get a VSC caused by that incident. That's going to neutralise the race. All drivers are going to be going at the same pace around the track now, so no overtaking, no moves are going to be gone here. Oh, Bob's not quite sticking to the track. I had sort of forgotten that he'd lost that front wing. Let's try not to add to injury and get a speeding in the pit lane penalty. It looks like he's entered that quite nicely, but yeah, he's gonna have to box Bob as we see him here, or at least I see him here coming down into the pits. It'll be interesting to see what tyres he goes on to. It looks like it's a soft, so they're going to get to the end. Well, we're just about halfway through the race. I wouldn't say they're going to get to the end. Cameron?
Yeah, sorry, Adam trying a cheeky move there with the Haas driver MJQ waiting for the VSC to go. They're already alongside. Oh, there's contact between MJQ, the Haas driver, the AlphaTauri driver. Adam, the championship leader, needs to stay clean. He already has penalty. He doesn't need another box. He goes down the inside, defending on the inside. He's making that work. Two cars shouldn't be there. Side by side, gets the inside line through his beautiful long right-hander. There's contact again with the front front wing of the Haas driver on the AlphaTauri's rear tyre, but that is Adam through to P11. An overall dashing move from the AlphaTauri driver there.
Yeah, Adam, he's still, you know, he served them penalties in the pits, or at least he served some of his penalties in the pits. He's down 10 positions from where he started. Oh, a big lock up from MJQ. That's not going to be helping him too much as we see Adam's teammate Nico Lates coming out of the pits now on the medium tyres. Where's he going to come out? He's going to come out fighting Brownie into turn 1. He's just, Brownie finds himself in an AlphaTauri sandwich now. We saw one earlier, we've seen one again, as Adam gets a much better drive out of turn 1, going side by side with Brownie, 150 meters into the corner, and it's Adam who, well, goes down the inside, but crucially gets a penalty. That's not going to help him in the slightest. It was a risky move. I told you penalties were going to play a big part here. They're certainly playing a big part, in Adam's race. Brownie gets a little bit twitchy out of that corner though, Cameron.
Yeah, Peter Parker Gaudio wheel to wheel again. That chicane proving vital for getting overtakes done off the DRS straight. He managed to make that work. Gaudio through to P4, Peter Parker P5, less than a 10 to separate them. Look at that, you can't separate the two. Oh, there we go, now you can. Peter Parker trying his hand down the inside. The hard tyres on the medium, so grip advantage to Gaudio and the Alfa Romeo for Fozzy. What you got, man?
AlphaTauri's going side by side, teammates against teammates into turn 10. It looks like Adam manages to get that move done. The Slide Tycoon got another penalty. But yeah, and Nicolaides certainly isn't going to be giving up. He's not too far behind his teammate. That was close. You didn't want to be crashing into your teammate. It's the worst thing to happen in Formula 1. Number 1 rule, don't hit your teammate. These guys are professional drivers, though. They know that. They know all the rules, and they know that, well, they know how to race fairly cleanly as Nicolaides decides to try and make a bit of a move on his teammate there. They're both locking up behind the Ferrari of Jason Lazic. But here we go, it's DRS. Is it a bit of a DRS train? Well, Adam should be able to get past Jason Lazic, hopefully. Into turn 1, or he's a bit further back than what I originally thought he was. But yeah, don't take your eyes off this. Adam and Nicolaides, both very, very close. Don't forget, Adam has the penalties. Nicolaides, it's a clean sheet for him for now.
Yeah, clean sheet, and he's wanting to get up that time tower. Jason Lusic just holding them back, it seems, here. Adam trying to move down the inside through turn 5. There's contact. I don't think any wing damage, but Adam proving he's eager. He's getting all over the place. Fish turning out of that corner, down the main straight. He's managed to keep it in a straight line. He tries to avoid the draft, helping his teammates. Jason Lusic on DRS, and we got Nico on DRS. Will Nico be able to get the move on down to Jason Lusic? But Jason Lusic is trying to give an answer to this. He goes around the outside, takes to the inside. There's contact. Adam is almost around. He keeps it in a straight line. He has penalties, but that isn't stopping him from now. Adam wants his P8 back. P9 is Adam's at the moment, but it might not be for too long if Nico has any word for it. And here we go then, around turn 10 into turn 11. Is he going to try a cheeky move up the inside? There's a difference of tyre. Yes, he is. He's going for it. Adam is through and through. Oh, wow. Nico Lakes has just a box office seat to this one. Look at this. Adam trying to on the inside. It's so close. How's he doing that? Adam just holding on. How he hasn't spun, we will never know at this point. Just car control to the max. Jason Lusic still just holding them up though. Adam can't be happy with this one. The frustration's coming through. The red mist is descending into the visor. Adam trying to get the move. It's another DRS straight. It's another opportunity. He goes to the left. Just hang on to that track limit. He's through. The medium tyres helping him there as well. Adam is through to P8. Jason Lusic, is he going to try and give a response? No, he is. He runs wide. That's probably
Nico Lakes is ready.
That's all over to Nico Lakes. He's trying again and again and again, through and through. Nico Lakes still being held back by the Ferrari driver. This is absolutely annoying for him through turn 3. He just needs to get a good overtake. Would he wait for DRS? If I was in this position, I would. But Adam is in P8. We're still going to stay on board. This isn't over yet, folks. Jason Lusic coming over to the inside, just coming off. We'll see some interesting moves here as we go out turn 7 down the Master straight to the inside, down the DRS straight. The DRS, this is going to be a surely done deal here. Yeah, the 51 car Alpha Tauri through, but it's P8 and 9 for Adam and Nico. And wow, this is heating up, Fozzy.
It is close. It is incredibly close. I'm getting very warm just sat here watching. I don't know what it's like for you commentating on that battle, but that was got to be up there with the battle of the season so far. Fantastic work by both the AlphaTauri drivers and the Ferrari driver. But like we say, no, it is not over yet. How none of them stand, I'm not too sure. Have any of them got any damage? Well, not that I've seen. I've not seen any carbon fibre flying around. Jason Lusic, though, look, he's keeping up with both Adam and Nick Lates very, very well indeed. Is he going to be he's trying to go a little bit wide there. How the AlphaTauri's doing well. Adam's pulling a fairly comfortable gap there. Let's rejoin the front of the grid though, just for a little bit of moment of calm and see how things are looking. Well, it's Jos Heinze up, leading the race at the moment ahead of Danza Cameron.
It might be tranquil at the front of the grid. It isn't at the back. The fight for P11 is on. Brownie had a lock-up on the brakes. A DRS for MJQ. We say over and over again, the Haas driver is through into turn 1. He holds the position. Will he keep it? Yes, he will. That's another position made by MJQ. But Brownie is on the attack once again. He wants to return that pass. So we've got P11 himself. He's going to try down the inside. No, he doesn't. Brakes early. MJQ brakes too late. Locks up the brakes. Runs wide. But that is still P11 for MJQ, and it won't be done until the CRS zone is over and done with for this one. Out of turn 6, MJQ fishtailing around there. It's like deja vu, this is, Fozzy. MJQ needs to defend this position. P11 could be his, or it could be Brownie's. Brownie trying catching up. He hasn't got much ERS. No overtake being used. He's still going to try and move to the inside. What's MJQ going to say? Oh, no, thank you. He wants that one. He's keeping that one. Indeed, MJQ almost cut off Brownie there. He slammed that door shut like it's a domestic going on. MJQ through to P11.
Yeah, we'll just move on from the analogy just given by my co-commentator there, Cameron, as we continue to watch Brownie following MJQ around the track, as I look up and see him chuckling away to himself on my other broadcast monitor here. But yeah, wow, that was yeah, just like I say, I wanted a moment of tranquil. We didn't quite get it. Maybe we'll get it now. We won't. Of course we won't. It's Formula 1. We're not going to get a nice little moment of tranquil as Cameron, I can see on the monitor, wiping himself down with sweat after those last few laps. So he needs a fan in there. Oh, he's off again.
Brownie, I'm off again. You can't stop this. Telegram, I don't know what I am. I'm just a shouty man. Brownie getting ever so loose out of the final hair, but I thought he was going around and going for an impromptu box there. I do apologise for the previous analogy. Sorry, it reminded me of getting dinner earlier. A bit of an argument in the McCallan household, but it's not over and done with yet. Brownie is still trying to catch up to P11 by the front of the grid. Jos Heinze leading the way for Haas and Dancer just behind in P2. But Jos Heisey has a penalty, and if he can get in that range, then it might not all be said and done. And what is said and done is P8 and P7. Farnham defending. Adam going to the inside around turn 8, just hugging those track limits there through turn 9 and into this lovely little short straight. I don't really know what you call it. It's just a nice little straight, isn't it? And the Racing Point driver is like, give me the position back. And he's going to try it around this right-hander through turn 10. Is he going to? He's too far back for a move. We've seen adventurous moves before, and he's got a heap of understeer there. Wow, it's like a Channel Cross ferry, to quote Martin Brundle there. But Jos Heisey in the pits.
Oh, Adam, he's going very, very twitchy there. He nearly span around. That's put Farnham in a much better position to make a move down onto the pit straight. DRS zone. Adam continuing to lock up. Is that Gaudio and Peter Parker having a bit of a battle? No, it's Jos Heisey and Jay Diesel diving into the pits. We'll see what tyres they come out with shortly. But yeah, back to Farnham and Adam as they go down DRS straight. I think Adam got the better drive out of the final corner, so he's been able to pull a very nice distance between him and the Racing Point driver. Who is on the hard tyres, must I say. Adam is on the medium, so will we see that gap increasing? Well, I imagine we probably will over the course of the next few laps. As down the inside goes Nicolates. He wasn't holding back. Where did he come from? Wow, that was some pretty funky dive down there. Luckily, no damage to either drivers, no contact. Same couldn't be said for the Ferrari driver, and I believe there was another AlphaTauri earlier on a few laps ago. Yeah, all the drivers continuing their way around turn 6. It's very close at the moment between some of these drivers as Dino and Jos Heisey get a little bit of a tango going on into the turn 8 and 9 chicane complex. It's Dino P5 where he started, and it is Jos Heisey down one position from where he started in P4. Will he be able to get onto the podium? Well, hopefully so. He's definitely on the pace to do it. In front of him is Peter Parker, Gaudio and Danza, who is leading this race comfortably, as we saw last time around in Britain. Battles going on. Well, Adam is, where is he? He's 2 seconds behind, and now, well, I'll add another 3 seconds to that as he gets another time penalty. That's not going to be helping him in the long run. You can't separate these AlphaTauris, though. They've always been close throughout the race. There may have been the odd car or two in between, creating a bit of a sandwich, but in terms of time, they've always been right on each other's gearbox, as Nicolates has a bit of a lock-up there. Right, let's go down towards the back of the grid. Oh no, it looks like Cameron's got something to say. Over to you,
my hand up. I just wanted to get your, if you have an opinion and you know who's going to win, we'd like to find out. Let us know in the chat, the comment section, etc. We'd like to see who you think is going to come out on top here in France. With not many laps to go, it's flown by again. It's amazing, it's 50%. So I feel like 25% is the way we get through them. Dino in the McLaren, good showing for him actually on the hard tyres. Danza in P1 leading the way. We've seen he won last time. This is going to be a back-to-back win for him. Well, at the moment, it all says that he is going to be a back-to-back winner, and that would be one stat to have here in such a competitive season like this. And if we go down to P13, Jay Diesel catching up to Just Ramp falling back in the second stint. He's going for an overtake down the DRS straight, pulling to the inside, the soft tyres on the white-walled hard tyres, and he's going to get through for P12, just outside the points. And it's not a bad drive for Just Ramp. You've got to give credit to. He's come into such a competitive field, and he's performed really well. But Jos Heisey, P4, my man, who I might put a little bit of money on if I had the chance to. He's up there. I will say that. I'll show faith in Jos Heisey. He's still on for this one, and as he catches up to Peter Parker there, lock up. We see the tyres and the brakes not really helping with the drivers this evening. Quite a few lockups as Gaudio goes into the pits. Don't know what that was for. It might be strategy, or it might be an unfortunate change. Oh, as a Renault just gets out in front there of the chasing two cars. Williams still looks to hold on to P2. A bit of a gap back, 4 attempts. Is that going to be enough? It might be, it might not be. Let's find out as we head into the chicane. It just is. But look, that gap is closing. The gearbox's wings, they're going to become one at this moment, and we're going to get a run onto the DRS straight. The Haas driver charging his way through. Can he cut slightly to the left? Yes, he can. He's going to get DRS. The camera's gone awry. He goes to the outside. Peter Parker on the inside. Is this going to be a move? We look to the braking zone, and yes, it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Haas driver, Jos Heisey, through to P2, but 12.7 seconds behind Danza, who at the moment is showing his Danza dominance.
Here's down to dominance indeed now. The laps are coming down, not too many more to go, so those with penalties are really going to be having to starting to need to push to build up that gap and retain the positions that they're currently in. But there's penalties all around. We've got, well, who hasn't got a penalty? Let's update you. Danza, our race leader, no penalty. Dino in P4, no penalty. TCSR Farnham, no penalty. None for Dazan Lazic, none for Jay, and none for just Ramps. So everybody else has got some form of penalty. So it's all going to be a switcheroo tango time board when it comes to the end of the race. Nicolates though still on the gearbox of his teammate as we see the clouds coming in. I don't believe we're expecting any rain in this race, but you never know what can happen. It's looking dark out there. There's only a few laps to go, so I'd be surprised if some people did dive into the pits should it start raining in the next few laps. Obviously, that depends how heavy it gets, and it depends if it is going to rain at all, Cameron.
JDiesel through into the points, ahead of Brownie, into the braking zone of turn 1. I was watching that time just shuttle down, and he is through ahead of the Rebel driver, and the Rebel driver, Brownie, just outside the points. He is fighting alone this evening, I've just realised, so that is unfortunate for him, I believe, because of Amir's leaving the league. As I said, we wish the best to him, and we wish the best to all the drivers in this, as we see it coming to the closing stages of this race, and there's still battles going on. There's still little bits of battles here, especially if you count in the penalties. People are trying to get ahead, and Dazan Lazic trying a move on Farnham. He's too far back. Will he extend in the braking zone and onto the entry of the next corner? Exit that one, sorry. No, he doesn't. Farnham just ahead, but we've seen a move here before. Are we going to see another one, ladies and gentlemen? The Scarlet Red Ferrari on the Pink Panthers, Tracing Point, whatever you like to call them. They're green nowadays, but they're still mean here. Here we go, the Ferrari. Dazan Lazic just catching up, getting a heap of understeer. That's going to ruin his chances there around this corner to get P7. Farnham ahead, Nicolates P6. Adam, who was our man on pole, down in P5, but with 12 seconds penalties. That's going to send him straight out of the points, surely at this point. Oh, points. Not for Adam, though, but might be for a few other drivers. Dazan Lazic just trying to catch up onto Farnham in the braking zone. DRS enabled. This will help. He's got a bit of energy stored up. Are we going to see a move here? We might do indeed. He's closing. Side by side. And through. It is. Contact between them. Not through and through. That was scary. Wow, Fozzy.
Yeah, it looks like Farnham's lost a bit of his front wing there. That's definitely going to be impacting him. He's on the hards. They're going to be quite old hards as well. I can't remember when he last boxed. I haven't got the data up at the moment. Last box for him was some time ago. But yeah, it was risky. He just misjudged his braking. He went straight into the back of the right rear tyre of the Ferrari. And I'm seeing raindrops on this onboard camera, Cameron. This could really turn up the last few laps here. How heavy is this rain going to get? Only time will tell. One day we will get a 100% dry race, but that's not a matter at the moment. We've still got a few laps to go, as down the inside goes MJQ on Farnham. Don't lose any more ring, Farnham. He manages to stay out. Always going to lose another position as well to the Williams. He loses a bit of traction. Is it due to the wing? Is it due to the tyre? Is it due to the rain? It could be a factor of all three, but he's down in P10 at the moment. Not many positions to go until he's out of the points. One more position and he will be scoring nil points here in France. Anyway, how's it looking elsewhere on the grid? Let's go our way up to the AlphaTauris who've been fighting throughout this entire race. Although
JD's on MJQ here. JD's clapping out of it. Excitement. Oh, MJQ just finding the track to be a bit slippy. Here's a move. The Williams driver on the Haas driver. They've been fighting all race long. MJQ just extending through the corner. The hard tyres proving to be okay here, actually. But Farnham finding himself just tumbling down the times. That's what happens when you get wing damage at such a late stage. But here's what happens when you have DRS down the pit straight on to the right hand side. It's the outside which becomes the inside of the next corner, and he is through. P8 for JD, so he got caught out in qualifying but not caught out in the race. Fozzy.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get exciting. Don't miss these last few laps here at the Paul Ricard circuit as I ride on board now with Adam, who's going to be, well, he's got a 12-second penalty, but as a racer, he's going to want to be winning on track position in front of the McLaren of Dino. He's got DRS, he's got a little bit of energy left, using what he can. He's going to pull out to the left, he's going to go down the inside of the McLaren of Dino, and he makes a move into turn 8. Is it complete? It looks complete, and there's no damage for revived drivers. Fantastic move by Adam. Let's see what gap he can pull up now to Pizza Park, who's only a few seconds down the road as we have a yellow flag in Sec 2. It's a Ferrari.
Oh,
and
no!
It's the Ferrari of TS Bunty.
Oh, no!
It looks
TS
like
Bunty. the only man to score points in every round of the race of the season so far, finds that streak coming to a sad end here in France. It is tears in France for the British driver. That is an utter shame. And Adam, though, I was just calculating in my head, he's going to be down like P12, P11. He'll be lucky if he keeps it in the
Nick
points.
has spun. No, sorry, Dino has spun. Dino has spun. The exit of Sector 3, in the midway of Sector 3. That's going to drop him down the timing boards now. This rain really starting to catch some of the drivers out. Those who have got old tyres, those who've got worn tyres, really starting to feel the effects. Don't miss this last lap, I've kept saying it. But look, is that TS Farnham or Brownie having an issue? I see movement on the timing board as they tango their way around the final corners. It looks like Brownie got the better run out of that, but he has got penalties. Farnham's looking good. Cameron?
Yeah, all the drivers, talk about Tango, they're onto the Foxtrot now just to survive these last couple of laps. The rain is coming down. It's very rare we get loads of rain here, but whenever we are here, it just seems to pour it down. We will get a dry race at some point as Bob is in P15 there. He's had a couple spins. It's a shame for him, but if you just get to the flag, that'll be good as we see drivers start to struggle. Adam to the inside on Pizza Parker. That's a late move. Same day delivery. It's all delivery punts here. I've had very bad issues with deliveries. And Adam takes P3 and Pizza Parker P4, but where's that going to put him? It's still that 12-second penalty. He might be P3 on track, but he could be completely out of the points at the end come the checkered flag.
He could be indeed. Right, here we go then. One more lap to go after this. Danzer's looking good. He's lost a bit of time over to Jos Heinz. It was 6 seconds a few laps ago. It's now just 4. So he hasn't got a penalty, so it's looking fairly comfortable for him. Is he going to want to be caught out by the rain? No. Well, he's taking a wide line into turn 14 and 15 here, but he's controlled this race a little bit. Let's see how other things are going down for Dino, who we saw spin not too long ago. He's down now in P8, 8 tenths behind Jay Diesel in front of him. He's on the hard tyres. It looks like Jay's eyeing up a move on Dejan Lezic as we move on to the pit straight DRS zone. He gets, it's a slightly twitchy exit, but he's going to get the DRS. He's got a little bit of battery. Soft tyres against hard tyres. Will this be a move up to P6? None of these drivers have penalties, so this is full track position. As down the inside goes Jay. Oh no, he has to back out a little bit as Dejan Lezic decides he's going to be taking that corner and going, yep, turn 1, that's mine, as is turn 2. Turn 3, well, we haven't approached it yet, but let's see who's going to be the master of this one, and it looks like Jay's going to be having that, Dejan Lezic is going to be controlling all of Sector 1, but we have another DRS zone coming up just after turn 7. He's got a bit of battery, has Jay. Will he be able to make that move for track position? This is one of the only battles we've seen exactly for track position with no penalties applied. Well, he gets a little twitchy once more, but he's got DRS, he's got the battery, although so has Dejan Lezic, who's deploying what he can. Dejan Lezic is moving to cover the inside. Is it going to be around the outside move, or is it going to be around the inside move? It's not going to be a move at all for Jay, as he backs out just a little bit around with 8 and 9 complex. It's not over yet, though. We got a little bit straight coming up towards turn 10. Going wide once more. None of these drivers want to be spinning. As we see penalties all around. It looks like a move for Ramps as well, or Farnham, who's just moved up a position. Cameron?
Yeah, so if we look to the top of the tower, Danza, the Czech driver, he has shown utter performance over the last couple races, and he is on for a win here today. He wins in a slippery Silverstone, and he takes the checkered flag here in France. Congratulations, Danza, on the top step. A brilliant win, a brilliant effort from the Mercedes driver.
Yeah, Adam's going to be coming across to track position P3, but let's wait for these penalties to be applied, because it is Pizza Parker who makes it onto the podium. It is the Mercedes, Haas and Williams top 3. It's not over yet. Rose's battle still going on throughout the track. Penalties yet to be applied, so everyone's still going to be wanting to get what they can. But yeah, what a race this has been. Gaudio, well, it's not been the best to get a yellow flag in Sector 3. It looks like a slow-moving racing point there. Yes, very slow moving, as is Gaudio as well. But it looks like, yeah, that's all drivers come to the end. It's just Sly Tycoon to go on that a little bit of a lap. He hadn't had the best of race at McLaren. He had a bit of an issue towards the start of the race. But what a race that has been from Danza. We saw him mastermind of the wet in Britain. And I'd have to safe to say, mastermind of a dry, stroke a bit of wet here in France. You expect that outcome, Geek, because of that. Well, we didn't have a safety car. We had a few VSCs, but no full safety car. That was a good race. I said it last time, and I'll say it again. I need to lie down after that.
Yeah, I haven't calmed down from Silverstone yet, and here I am trying to just take in everything that just happened here in France. A brilliant effort from all the drivers. The rain started pouring. you saw, I don't know, you just saw those drivers who have that feel for the wet weather. You think the likes of Jensen Button, the Sly Tycoon, comes across the line. Brilliant job from all drivers here today. But you see the wet weather and it really changes things. But Dancer there taking the best silverware. We'll get it right this time. It's silverware on the podium, not goldware. And yeah, Dancer on the top step of the podium. And I can't believe it. Dejan Lazic is the in-game driver of the day. But let us know in the chat and the comments feature below what your personal driver of the day was. We'd love to hear it. But here we go. Here's the podium then. The Mercedes driver on top. Dancer domination. Have we seen it here, Fozzy?
Dancer domination dominated the race and now crucially dominates the Drivers' Championship. That takes Dancer up to the top of the standings. Wow, 2 wins in a row. It's looking good for the Mercedes driver as we head into China next week around. Like I say, it's all still to play for in this championship, so nothing's decided until the checkered flag in Singapore. But yeah, I'm just catching up with somebody via team radio, so to say. There's a bit of drivers talking to each other, and I think there'll be a bit of a few chats in the steward's room, let's say, after this race. But yeah, what a fantastic race that was. Impressed by every single driver. Full of moves, full of close battles, full of respectful racing throughout. This is what Invictus Racing League is all about. Don't forget you can follow us on social media. Links to those are in the description. Cameron?
Yeah, there we go. So Dan's aside on the front row, finishes on the front row, just one step further. Josh Heinze on the podium. Peter Parker. Hang on, was that the person I said who was going to be in P3? I think it might have been. Oh, I'll take that one, yeah. Little win for me, a little big win for Dancer there. Nico in P4. Dejan Lazic from P14 to 5th. An excellent drive for him. Same with J Diesel, 10th to 6th. I've got 5 seconds, but it'll be quick. Adam finds himself down in 7th, tumbling down the timing tower. Dino Q in finishing in 8th, started 5th. And you can find the full classification and things like that on the Invictus Racing League site. But stay tuned for any stewards findings and any other further information about the league. And do come and join us. Get involved. We'd love to have you here. And you can find all the information in the description below. Fozzy, if you could rate that race, I don't know how you're going to rate it, but if you could rate it out of, it would be awkward, 12.5, what would you choose?
I'm going to go for 11.73. That was a fantastic race, like I say, by all drivers. I'm sure that level of racing is going to continue over the next 3 rounds. We have China, Spain and Singapore coming up. In 1 week's time, China, well, it's one of those tracks, again, that massive straight, massive DRS straight. Will we be seeing some moves into the final corners of Sector 3 there? I suspect we will, but you'll have to join us next week. So we go racing in round 10 of the Invictus Racing League Formula 2 Series, Season 12. Round 10 is China next. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, China will be a good one. We've seen tears and championship hopes dashed in China, the likes of Hamilton in 2007. Rings very true. Let's hope none of that happens. So for our championship contenders next week. But yeah, stay tuned and stay updated, guys and ladies. Just everyone, just stay updated. Everyone stay updated. It's always good. But from Fozzy and I in the commentary booth, and we're glad to have presented the show for you. We'll see you next week in China. It's a goodbye from me. And I'm waiting for us to do his line.
And it's a goodbye from myself.
There we go. We'll get it better next time. Cheers all. Thank you. And see you in China.